And now it's time to go shiny box hunting. We're going to start in the Delta server root town of Macanu here in the world. And right away we come up on a box that is not very shiny at all, but at least it's well lit. Gonna pass this, more of a shed than a box. Head back up. Wait, let's check by the river here, and two more boxes. No more sparkle. See some boxes down that way, but it's looking a little bland. Let's pass the magic shop here. Magic's always sparkly, and we're gonna look by the bridge, and no more sparkle there. Take a quick look down this alley, and sure enough, two mundane boxes. Let's try a different town. Here we are in Carmina Gadalica, where everything is pretty and nice and well lit and sparkly, except the boxes. What on earth are those boxes even? Did they just weave those? Can we not even get wooden boxes in Carmina Gadalica? Maybe down by the old Grunty Ranch. Let's try there. Let's go down to the Grunty Ranch, and I'm sure there'll be some shiny boxes in place of the dude raising the baby grunties and little baby grunts who always want food. Let's take a look here. Nope, maybe out in the field. Ah, it's got teeth. Hey buddy, where's your shiny box? And hello everybody, a grumpy old guy gaming here, showing that we are going to the unknown grassy platinum field running on the Arcadia Pi server today. So if you're hosting the Arcadia Pi server, thank you very much for having us along for this. Fifth installment, I believe, in the Weekend Warrior series, where I play a Blade Master. And the theme of this week's episode is just try and find a sparkly box. Rainy grass field here, and we see a spring of mist on the full map. So let's take a walk through and see what we find. Already running into some hell boxes, those are in the mimic line, and some lamia hunters. Getting confused early, not an issue for the Blade Master. Again, melee classes, when they get confused, basically just sparing your thumb a few button presses. Grand Mage throwing a couple fireballs at us there. A lot of wandering monsters on this field. For those looking forward to the action continuing, there will be plenty of it here. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all well. Playing some dot hack fragment here. Coming up to this next portal, and we have trapped chests, so we're just going to go ahead fortune wire that and see what's inside. We acquired a diabolic wand, a weapon I am not that familiar with, so we're just going to take a quick look at it here. Stats aren't overly impressive, but it does have the Summon Rhynex spell. Was not expecting that. Might be worth a look on my Wavemaster alt. I'll give that a look later, maybe. In the meantime, getting back to what I was saying there, playing Dot Hack Fragment, basically, just stylized like the original games Infection, Mutation, Outbreak, and Quarantine, which came out on the PlayStation 2. I was a big fan of them. Still am. Have all 4 games. Gonna hit up the spring here, gonna take a chance on an armor item. Deciding what to throw in. Fairly high level field, at least, you know, comparatively for my level. It's a little under my level 26, but level 23 is substantial, so we throw an item into the mist and we get level 2 Grandpa. This Grandpa has been leveling up a bit and therefore can handle more powerful items. I tell him I threw in neither a golden axe or a silver axe because honesty is important, and he rewards me by upgrading my Thunder Torque into a Lightning Cap. Ups it by a level, and means that Wave Masters can't use it. little interaction done, we're going to pop over to this symbol here, and it's going to give me Aptorv, which is a physical accuracy boost, and just happens to be the very buff I'd already cast on myself. Moving to the next portal here. Got a Hellbox and a Grand Mage. Always nice to see those inflated damage numbers against casting enemies. Their physical defense is nice and low, and you can hit for some gaudy numbers like that. Once again, disarming the chest and getting Diabolic Wand number 2. Here's our count-along game, everybody. Let's see how many Diabolic Wands we can get in this field. Mandragora, our grunty food for the field. And we come up on another Grand Mage and Hellbox. Make that 2 on the Hellboxes. And some more monsters wandering from outside. All the Hellboxes are now surrounding us. Looking for a sparkly box, not one with a weird jutting out demon tongue. Once again, the mimic enemy is always a little weird when they turn into treasure chests after battle. Pick up an iron anklet and a pair of the devil before coming back and finishing off this Grand Mage. Chests that drop off monsters have a bit of a timer on them. Not sure the exact time, it sort of feels... it's substantial, but I have seen them disappear on the field before. So, a tip for those beginning to play, make sure to pick up your treasure chests when it's safe to do so. Also picking up a few experience on these kills. We're not in the dreaded 1 experience per kill zone, but it's small but tangible amounts, 4 to 6 out here on the field from the looks of it. We pick up another Diabolic Wand from another treasure chest. And let's go get some Mandragora. Here I fall for a bit of a trap. Did not notice the Grand Mage coming up. Tried to pick up that Mandragora because that bouncing sound was kinda irking me. But with battle mode on, for whatever reason, I just couldn't reach it. So I reluctantly go ahead, finish off the battle. Let the confusion pass over me, and finally pick up the grunty food. Working through these portals in a hurry. Just trying to get to the field and find our sparkly box. That, of course, I'm referring to the end of dungeon treasure chest. That would have been a good spot there to use my multi-target physical attack. Forget the exact name, I know it's Thunder Element. But we get through it and are rewarded with a Night Blight. Every time I see that, I want to say Night Bright. Checking out our equipment there. Fair Soul is our sword. Picked that up in one of the servers that had net slum. Make no bones about it, this is my main account, and it's the account I want to play when I want to get things done. So I'll just go ahead, pop through the servers, and pick up some sweet gear. Probably cheating myself a bit on potential data drains, but not really my concern with this character. Take out the Grand Mage, finish off the Hellbox. That gives us 1 portal remaining. But first, some wandering enemies. Kind of a welcome sight if you're trying to grind to the next level. The more wandering enemies you get in the field you're handling pretty substantially is always a bonus. That's just free experience added to the list. Plus, you never really know what's going to be in the dungeon, so if you can get more of those shots on the field, all the better for you. Maybe get close enough that you're only a battle or 2 away by the end of it, and then when you come back out, just fight a couple in the field and finish the job. Here we take out the Grand Mage. Took a couple swings because the first one missed. So we're gonna go right around the dungeon entrance and take out this final portal. Pick up some Mandragora on the way. And a Lamia Hunter. Will apologize, the footage is a little bit choppy. Something was up with the recording. Not to the point of being unusable, but again, I do apologize for the less than stellar quality. Not going to bother apologizing for the less than stellar commentary quality. What you hear is what you get. Going up against a pair of Hellboxes there, and that fireball means there's a Grand Mage just off screen where we've got that glowing red enemy indicator. So we'll wander over his way and say hi with our sword. Now the confusion is worn off. Open this chest, and inside we find a fire lizard. Nice little leg equipment there, and there's the portal I swear we've been getting to for about a minute now. Here we've got some Lamia Hunters. There are sort of vanilla monster in this. They're in that vein of monster that just circles you and attacks when you're really not sure what prompts the attack. It feels like when you're close, but there are times you could sneak right up and just hit it dead on and it won't do a thing but try and run in circles. It's a very weird enemy. So we're going to go in the dungeon here, and as soon as I click the button to enter the dungeon and it starts loading the first room, I get another enemy indicator. We'll sadly have to pass that one up as we go inside. Nothing exciting in the first room here, so we will move on. Little T-shaped intersection. Trapped chest. Nice gentle warm up to the dungeon, and one more diabolic wand to the collection. Going left on the map, and here we pick up some familiar enemies in Hellbox and 2 Grand Mages. Take out the mages in relative hurry, and we get confused by the Hellbox. Take a pause here. Pull a Nightblade out of both chests there. The devil out of that one. Let's check this Corpse Warrior. Nothing special there. And we move on to the room below. Here we've got a baby worm on a pedestal. Baby worm really makes you fear for the size of the moth and or butterfly this thing's gonna turn into. Has that nasty ability to paralyze, and that was a pretty substantial crit. Went for about 170 damage as I can recall. Still nothing we can't weather, and we will get right back on the attack here. Making quick work of that baby worm, and then healing post-battle. Always good to see double-digit experience for a kill, so that's 10 experience added to the total, inching our way close to that 1,000 that we need to progress to the next level. Immature egg here in this room. Don't know how I missed that the first time through. Usually that little bounce through the door is the first thing I'll notice, but can't really say I was disappointed that I missed it. Ended up picking it on the way back. Now we're gonna head to the other side of the floor here, see what we have in store for us. A little bit of a treasure room here. Get the full out of the chest. And nothing really in this room but doors up and down, so we're gonna head up first, find a dead end. It's got a couple treasure chests. Trap chest from Portal gives us a newt necklace. Nice little head equipment, has Larep on it. and the full out of the chest on the altar. So we're going to walk by that cozy little lava pool and see what was in the opposite direction. Nothing here but some stairs to floor 2. So we are going to progress to the second floor, heading to the second room, and here we find a large square room with a large baby worm. Once again, trying to pile as much damage on it as possible before it remembers it has that paralyze ability. And we managed to finish the job without any peril befalling us. Still fully healed, buffs still in place. Now it's time to see what's in the room. There's a golden egg. I once again forget I already have 99 of them. Pick up a restorative before moving onward. And here we find some living dead darkness element monsters. Kinda cool artwork there, and a grand mage to finish off the encounter. See another golden egg bouncing in the background there. Be sure not to pick that up. Leave it for others, because once again, sharing is caring, even in RPGs. Speaking of sharing, here are a couple living dead with giant cartoony hammers, and they would like nothing more than to introduce me to the business end of them. Fortunately for me, they're not the sharpest tools in the shed. They kind of just sit there and let you hit them. So we get through that in relative ease, pick up the full out of that chest, bust this corpse warrior open to no avail, and then start exploring the doorways in the other directions. Here we have a square room with a portal, and there's a baby worm, keeping me from checking out what's in the middle of this room, so I guess we'll have to fight it to find out. Didn't realize my accuracy buff was off there, and for a little bit of splash I decided to go for my multi-hit physical attack. Both shots missed, so that's 30 SP that I won't have again this battle. Also cost me a little bit of time, so I wasn't quite able to finish it off before it paralyzed me. Fortunately, it sort of forgot to attack there for a while. Do take a bit of damage here. But paralyze wears off quickly enough, and we are able to go back in and finish the job, albeit a bit tougher than it would have been originally, as it recouped a good deal of hit points in the interim. Gonna go ahead and heal, as we were down under 400 hit points there, and restore our accuracy buff. Pick up another immature egg, and we will go back to the previous room and check out the branching path next to it. Healing potion out of that corpse warrior. Healing potions always welcome. Stairs to level 3 marked on the mini-map. And now we'll go back and explore the rest, because we're sort of feeling a 100% clear kind of night coming on. Once again, bypassing that golden egg. Here we've got a nifty little square room. Portal's right next to us, so around the corner we find a baby worm. Fighting that thing up close is a wonderful shot. And finish it off with a Ganzot. Raise a tree up from under it. Deals the final blow. Makes us feel all spellcastery for a moment. Checking up here, it's a dead-end room with a living dead and a grand mage in it. There I went for my multi-hit attack. Took out the grand mage with plenty of damage to spare, and also put a nice amount of damage on the living dead. Open up both of these chests here. Pick up another newt necklace. Never sad to see head equipment that's got Larep. Probably one of my favorite abilities from the original 4 games, as it saved me navigating a great deal of menus. Just the ability to look at my Wave Master, be it Elk or Mistral or Wise Man, when you've spent virtually half the series with Wise Man for some reason, saying, hey, just heal us up front. Get a restorative out of that pot. Go ahead, smash the others here. And an antidote out of there. Dark Knight out of the chest. 3 out of 6 on the treasure room. We will take that. So I do believe that finishes our floor 2 exploration, and we will be going down to floor 3 just as soon as we get back to those stairs. In the 3rd floor now. Get to this little square room. It's got a door going in each of the cardinal directions. Gonna take on another baby worm here at the bend. I don't know, fighting large monsters was always more fun for me. It always seemed to be more of a blow for blow fight as far as physical attacks went, and even though it doesn't quite add up to 3 or 4 small enemies, just seeing that 10 experience graphic flash up always feels better than like a 3 or 4. Let me know if you'd prefer a grouping of smaller enemies or just one big monster to fight. Another thing is just one monster is a bit safer when they've got status effects like paralyze or sleep. You're out for a while, but unless it deals a ton of damage or gets a lucky crit or two, it's not going to kill you. Crucial fact to take into account if you are like me soloing. Pick up the full out of that chest, and the chest beyond it has the Dark Knight. A Dark Knight, I apologize. Do a little backtracking here, get back to our room of 4 doors. 2 of them already known quantities, so we are just going to go opposite side here and see what we got. And we come into another room with a door in each direction. But first 3 living dead right in the middle, and turns out they can paralyze too. So now we have to worry about 3 enemies hitting us, but they're not hitting us for very much damage because, again, we've got some really nice armor on. Wait out the paralyzation, and then go ahead and finish it off. Once again, video's a little choppy here, my apologies. If you're looking for the blow-by-blow account, I hit the attack button a bunch, and they eventually stop moving. Chest number 1 has a fire helm, and we pull a diabolic wand out of the 2nd chest. Been a couple floors since we've seen one of those, huh? Nightblight out of that chest, and we'll take a moment here to heal and restore our accuracy buff. Pausing for a sec there. Do believe this is when I realized my L1 button was a little jammed on my controller. Got one of those little janky, cheapo USB controllers just for playing on the emulator here. Head into the next room. We've got a couple living dead and a Lamia. Multi-target attack. I'm sorry, one strike hits several targets. Does me good there. We hit all 3. Pull a fire helm out of the trap chest, and a Nightblight out of the not-so-trap chest, and then the chest on the altar gives us another Nightblight. Nightblight, Nightblight, not a Nightbright, and I'm bad at singing. Moving back into the room here. Got 2 more hallways to explore. Don't know why I'm leaving down out of the equation so often here. Another dead-end room. Got a pair of Lamia hunters, take them both down with one strike, grab our 8 experience, and leave the golden egg to tell the tale. So one more direction in this set of doors, and let's go down that hall and see what's next. Thinking part of the choppiness is the size of the room. Large rooms tend to draw a bit more heavily. Here's a medium-sized room. Got a door off to the side, but it's got a baby worm in the middle. I'll let you guess which is the higher priority. Spoiler, the door won't open till the worm's defeated. So we finish that off and move on our merry way to find the stairs down. Once again, we're going to try and explore everything in this dungeon, so the stairs are marked, and we're going to go back and find out what on earth I left all those rooms ago. Do our best to get through this room here. And down. And when we go through the door, we find another small room. Pick up a healing potion en route to another small room. This time the corpse warrior has nothing, and this was not a very productive trip back. But hey, 100% is 100%, and unless you check out all the rooms, not quite doing it right. A lot of times I'll just go through to try and reach the end, because that's the goal of every dungeon. But when you get that hankering to make sure you left no stone unturned, when you just want to find a sparkly box. If you haven't guessed it, this is the series I sort of take a more lighthearted, tongue-in-cheek approach. In the Learning to Die Less series, I intentionally tried to take a more analytical approach to things, A, because I was trying to figure out the ins and outs of Wave Master and the little differences between the IMOQ games and Fragment, but also because I kind of wanted it to be a more informative thing, and it was sort of a tutorial for me on learning how to do things on YouTube. Still very much a beginner at that. But again, I feel we're moving in the right direction. Pick up an immature egg after that battle. The Weekend Warrior is just sort of me blowing off steam. Portal opens up there to another treasure chest. Gonna fortune wire it, and open to find another diabolic wand. Brings us to about 5 or 6 by now, I believe 6. Pick up a night blight there, and inexplicably, rather than heading back the shorter direction, we decide to take a little victory lap in this room. Admire the fine stonework. Managed to not get turned around in one of these little 45-degree turn rooms. They're kind of the bane of my existence when I play. As are enemies that have 2 hit points remaining because it looks like their health bar is empty, but they're still running around. With the dot hack lore being the way it is, thinking a monster's dead and seeing it's still attacking you causes a little bit of concern. Here we get a couple hell boxes. Get our lightning attack off before we get confused, so they were both pretty well weakened. Get through that relatively well. Pick up a Nightblade out of the chest. Here on the 4th floor of this dungeon already seems to be flying by. Guess not flying by as I'm looking down at the record time and realize we are winding up close to the half-hour mark. Backtracking a little, getting to that side door there. And on the other side, a portal that gives us a Lamia Hunter and a Living Dead. Clear that battle, heal up. Get our accuracy boost back and fortune wire the trapped chest. Pick up a fire helm for our troubles and move on. This room's going to take us to a semicircle type room with a side door and a door opposite. So one option leading to many options. Pick up a nightblight out of that chest and we're going to smash these 2 pots. Just say we did. Pick up a healing potion as well. Here's the living dead. We'll take it out first. Go after the hell box, though I guess in retrospect, the Lamia Hunter is probably the better target as I can take it out in 1 or 2 hits easy. Either way, I do wind up confused, take out the Lamia Hunter, and now I'm stuck idling until this confusion wears off. Got a couple trap chests here, so we'll double fortune wire. Pick up a fire helm and a new necklace. Now let's check out that side door. Here we've got a dead end room and a portal. Try for the multi-hit attack. Hit both living dead, and there is our indicator that all dungeon portals have been opened. Tried for a second one of those attacks and realized my SP was just too low. Didn't feel like using the Mage's Soul there, so we just finished it off with physical attacks. Pick up an immature egg and a nightblight. And since we've cleared all the dungeon portals, that means there is precious little left to do but find our sparkly box. Gonna run back this way, ignore the pots this time. Though I guess it would have been equally valid to smash them open to see if we could find anything. Through the door. There we are! 1 sparkly box, an end of dungeon treasure. Let's check out what's inside, shall we? Get a nice good close angle here, and we find a Stormer Spear and a pair of rainbow cards. Nice exciting treasures there. Good bit of money to be made, and if you're a long arm, the Stormer Spear, nice little level 11 vanilla weapon for you. So that's going to wrap up this edition of The Weekend Warrior. I'm a grumpy old guy gaming, thanking you very much for watching, hoping you are well and have a fantastic Sunday. We will talk to you next time.